welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take out and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling.
No, Timo, cancel it first, you're in distraction zone. I pressed to mount up another overtake on 23 free mark.
This is round 3 quarter mile.
And Timo are oh, it's not pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna put it to so they can stand at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
how many times did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Alright, we are live in Spain. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for round 6 of TOSRL Tier 1. Today I will be doing the commentary for you. As you can see, qualifying is wet. We are driving on the inters. So that might affect the strategies in the race as well. I am joined today by Terror Incognita for the commentary.
Hello everyone. Yeah, we got some weather here in Spain, at least for qualifying. Don't know what the forecast is for the race. Let us know if you know in chat, if possible. A little bit of stream lag as well. So we'll try and fix that if we possibly can. I don't know. It's not too bad, but it's stuttering an awful lot at the moment. So we'll keep across that, and I'll try and keep you across these lap times. We got some fast boys in here today. The fastest boy is not in here today. Hugo is not driving, so some idiot probably assumes the mantle of being favourite for this race, but who knows, maybe the wet qualifying mixes things up a little bit. We've been joined as well by Speedy, who hasn't been in action for a little while and is I think returning after a little while, so he is going to be maybe not fighting right at the front, but certainly is going to be competitive as he always is. We've got Jensen and Alex, who are both very fast. We've got Marion, who's also very fast. Danny, of course, who we know about Band's putting in a pretty good lap there in the intermediate conditions, going P4 at the moment, so it's going to be a good one. I think I'm looking forward to this quite a lot.
Yeah, it's looking quite close at the top there already. Jensen putting it on provisional pole with a 25.4, and his teammate Alex Burbo just behind him. Only 1/10 separates the two. Actually, only half a tenth. And then
yeah, it's
another
it's
half
close.
a tenth further down is Marion. I think I should pronounce it.
Yeah, I think it's is it Marion or is it? It's not Marie, is it? Because
no, it's
I
I know
wouldn't
it's a
have
guy.
thought
It's one of
yeah.
Jensen's friends.
Okay, so yeah, let's go with Marion for
Marion.
now, but correct us if that is wrong. But yeah, just to mention, we got 10 minutes left of the session. I assume it's going to be inters all the way. It is still. I was going to say it's still raining.
Well, considering the fact
yeah,
that
it is still
people,
raining.
considering the fact that people are out there doing fast laps, is already giving away that it's not going to go to dry at the end. So yeah, it will stay here. The rain might ease off a bit at the end, but it's not going to be enough for dry tires. So people are just gonna try and do a fast lap now while they can.
Yep, absolutely right. And Marion, in fact, goes fastest in that Alpha Tauri. His teammate Icewind going to be coming across the line here as well, and this is going to be Icewind's last flying lap by the looks of things. He's going to cross the line and he's going to go P6 on a 25.8. So yeah, most drivers fueling for at least 3 fast laps in this session, which does make sense. You don't necessarily use all of your battery on the intermediate tires. They don't wear very quickly either, so it makes sense to do that. You get sort of 2 runs, as it were, of several laps apiece.
Yep. Yeah, we also have a new person in the league, by the way. It's Mr. Galileo. He's in the pits at the moment. He is in P11. He's 4/10 off Danny. So it's looking like he will be competitive in this field. Maybe not at the top, but at least he can follow the guys in front.
Yeah, absolutely right. He's been impressive in SLR. We've seen him a couple of times in SLR in both Tier 2 and Tier 1. So he's been impressive there, both at Zandvoort and in Barcelona. So Galileo, a welcome addition to Tier 1. Looking to see who's doing a fast lap. Alex is, I guess his ERS is bugged for me because it's showing that he's not using any. But he crosses the line and does the 25.4, which is P3, so good stuff from him.
Oh yeah, right. Let me get some interesting data on the screen. Well, we don't really need tire data because we all know that everyone is driving on intermediates. Yeah, let me get that one on the screen as well. So now that Hugo is missing today, that could give some idiots a chance to close the gap in the championship. Let me quickly get the standings up on the screen for you. So Hugo is currently leading the championship with 109 points, and some idiot is behind him at 85. So by my calculations, that is 24 points. So if some idiot wins today, he could take the lead in the championship.
Yeah, it just so happens that you get 25 points for a win, so he would be leading the championship by a single point. Maybe 2 if he gets the fastest lap as well, and Copy as well in that second Williams is also doing very well. In fact, he's not in the second Williams, is he? Because Hugo is in the Alfa Romeo here in 2SRL. In SLR he's in the Williams, but here he's in the Alfa Romeo, so Copy leading the charge, in fact Williams in 3rd place in the championship.
Yeah.
Most drivers now pitting for new tyres. We've got 7 minutes left in the session. And is it still raining? I'm not exactly sure if it's still raining or not.
No, I think it has stopped raining. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it? So we might have some dry tyre laps at the end of the session. A couple of people though coming out on inters once again. So we'll see if we do end up getting to the point where the dry tyres are faster.
Yeah, let me have a look which one is... Oh, now I'm removing the UI. That's not what I meant to do. So I currently have the fitted tires, and these are the best tires. Okay, that's good to know.
Stream is still not silky smooth. I don't know.
Yeah, not
that's
sure
probably.
why.
I don't know what we can do about it, but yeah, it's a little bit difficult to watch at the moment because it's very stuttery.
Yeah. Not great. According to Streamlabs, my CPU is not really struggling. It's on around 11 or 12%.
Okay.
Bitrate seems fine as well. Well, at the moment. So, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, as Jensen, I think, probably invalidated there. Not exactly. Yeah, he did invalidate at the exit of turn 9. So lots of drivers on their outlaps. We've got 5 minutes of this session to go. Marianne, at the top of the standings is on a hot lap. Coming through the first couple of corners now in the Alpha Tauri, so he's shown that he is very fast indeed.
Oh, and he
In that
almost
AlphaTauri,
loses it.
Yikes, wow. Got it very sideways, and he's 2/10 down, which is remarkable considering that he will certainly have lost a good couple of tenths having that little moment.
Yeah, he might have been improving in the first 2 corners.
Through we go, and I just wonder, and I'm pretty certain it has stopped raining, so I just wonder if we're gonna see anyone gamble right at the end of the session. It will have to be right at the end on those stock tires.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be the last possible second because it does not look dry enough at all yet. So I don't think it's gonna happen. There might be one person like trying to go for it, but I don't think it's gonna work out if someone is gonna try it.
Yeah, certainly plenty of spray at the moment, so I think we've got some way to go before we get there.
Yeah. So Marian completes his lap now. It's a 25.4.
Yeah, some idiot coming through the final sector is half a tenth or thereabouts down. I'm just trying to look at the tyre temps, and they look fairly normal to me for intermediate tyres.
How are you viewing the tyre temps exactly?
On the steering wheel. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on it.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Oh, some idiot pitting. Alright,
Yeah,
so maybe he thinks, and yeah, the front left getting into the 90s, so maybe that is a bit warm. Jensen goes fastest on a 24.9. That's the fastest intermediate lap that we've seen thus far.
Danny loses it coming up to the back straight. So he's in the gravel now, and that's his lap gone.
Yeah, he got away with it. He certainly very possible to lose a wheel there, but he managed to catch it, and he's going to let several cars through now before he makes his way either back to the pits or back to start another lap. Yep. Alright, 2 minutes 45 left. I'm just keeping a very close eye on this fitted tyre screen. Yeah, some idiot going on the mediums. He is going to have a go. So he is the first one to maybe make the call. Oh, he's thinking about it. Sanix is going to have a look at the softs.
Yeah, I think
very
the
much
softs.
thinking about it.
I think the softs might be the best choice because they warm up the easiest, I believe.
But then you have to start the race on the softs, assuming it's a dry race. And
that is true.
If some idiot is thinking about the mediums, then I would assume that it is a dry race.
Well, he doesn't have the mediums fitted anymore on my screen.
No, he doesn't. So he's debating, I think.
Yeah, Sanix as well.
Happening.
He's still in the pits. He has the softs fitted at the moment, but he is staying in.
So yeah, we got an interesting little situation here in the latter stages of this qualifying session.
Speedy selecting the softs as well.
Yep. They're going to be coming out of the pit lane very shortly now, and yeah, some idiot has decided that the inters are the tyres that he wants to go on. Sanix is out on the soft tyres, and let's just have a look to see how he does on those soft tyres. Oh, they are a struggle, aren't they?
Yeah, that is
They
not
are
gonna
a struggle. Still got another minute or so before he starts his hot lap, but certainly at the moment that looks like a long way from dry tyre situation to me. And yeah, both Some Idiot and Speedy deciding that they are not going to. In fact, Speedy's not going to do another lap at all. Some Idiot's going to do an Inters lap, so it is only going to be Sanix. And who knows, maybe it dries out enough in the next minute or so that becomes worth it. But Sanix at the moment looking like he might be struggling.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have a quick look at Jensen. He is completing a... well, it was a hot lap. He's not using any energy at the moment.
Yeah, he's 3/10 down,
Okay.
so he's saving his energy for this next lap, I think.
Yeah. Seems alright. Yeah, he's high on energy, so he has plenty for the next lap. Must have made a mistake then.
Some Idiot going through the first couple of corners. He is on his Banzai final run. We got some yellows for some reason in sector 1. Don't know exactly what that was all about, but they cleared now. Into turn 4 he goes. He's half a tenth up after the first sector. So he's giving it everything he's got. Danny, has Danny just done that? No, he hasn't just done that lap. I must have missed that a while ago. He's P3 at the moment.
Yeah, must have been a while ago.
And Sanix decided not to bother in the end, so he's gone back into the pits on those soft tyres. So it is going to be Inters all the way. Oh, a little bit loose on the exit of turn 9 there for Some Idiot. He got away with it. Caught the slide, and he is 3/10, nearly 4/10 up after those first 2 sectors. And he will have, of course, the tyre advantage here compared to his earlier hot lap. So this might be good enough for the front of the grid here for Some Idiot. All he has to do is match his previous sector 3 time. He's just missed the apex a very tiny bit there into the right-hander through the slow chicane, making sure he doesn't eat those curbs too much. Nice and smooth on the exit. Is it good enough? Through the last corner, it is good enough. 24.8 from Some Idiot. He's on provisional pole.
Yeah, that's a good lap from him. He's 1/10 faster than Jensen.
And Jensen abandons his lap, so he's not going to be able to beat it.
Yeah.
Who else have we got on a hot one? Alex is half a tenth up on his first sector. He's coming into turn 7 and 8 now. Through he goes. But it is looking like Some Idiot at the moment has pulled a good lap out at the right time. Alex is just over a tenth up, but that's not going to be good enough to move him up a position at the moment. Icewind also a tenth up on his lap, so he's going to be pushing for all he's worth in the final sector, and he invalidates on the inside of turn 9, so that's the end for Icewind. Alex, though, coming through the last couple of corners. He's going to run nice and wide. He's going to be smooth through the last corner if he possibly can. Cross the line. And he does improve, but not by enough to give him a position. Galileo looks like he made a mistake in the first sector. Icewind obviously is invalidated. Speedy is not on a lap, so I think that's our qualifying as Timo yeets the wall on the inside of turn
Some
9.
Idiot is still on a lap. He is quite on par with his PB. He was only 300 down, so let's see what he has done in the third sector. It is a 1/10 improvement, so he goes even faster.
Good stuff from Some Idiot. That's very impressive indeed.
Jessica's
He's,
P12 with a 26.1. And I think that might have been the end. Well, we still have Galileo out on track, but he has invalidated.
And yeah, that will indeed be the end of our qualifying session. Just Icewind needs to retire. As soon as he does, we will have our grid. And yes, Some Idiot on pole, so he's done what he needs to do as far as the championship is concerned, in qualifying at least. We'll see if he can hold it in the race, and we're going to have to assume that it is a dry race. We don't know, we've not heard anything else. So, yeah. Man, the stream is very stuttery.
Yeah, I am, now that we are converting from race to qualifying, I'm quickly going to have a look and see if I can maybe shut down some programs, which I'm not using. Gonna have a look at the task manager real quick, how my PC is performing. Yeah, my CPU is struggling a little bit. No, it's looking decent, so yeah, let's just hope that it is going to be better from now on. So anyway, we've got some idiot at pole position, Jensen 3 tenths, well, just over 2 tenths behind in second place. Mari in the Alpha Tauri puts it in third. Copy puts it in P9. And
Yeah, he
a bit of a surprise for me.
Yeah, I mean, he said after the SLR race and before the SLR race as well that it's not his favorite track as far as his pace is concerned. He's not particularly fast around here. He struggled a little bit for pace in the SLR race yesterday. He did still finish fourth, but he is just struggling a tiny bit, and I just wonder if that's what we see in this qualifying session that we've just had. He'll probably want to move up from 9th. But yeah, that is disappointing by his very high standards.
Yeah, and I get the feeling that my stream is performing better now. It might just be because we are in between sessions at the moment.
Yeah, the little circles are not stuttering.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say. So yeah, we'll see. That does look considerably better to me.
Yeah, it's saying that I actually have 60 FPS now, so...
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, it's looking better now. I don't know what it exactly was. I only ended up closing Spotify, which didn't really do anything.
Well, maybe, yeah, because Spotify is one of those things that runs in the background and does stuff in the background because it's peer-to-peer.
That is true.
So maybe that is what it was.
Oh, I don't have any details. Oh, I do have the tires, but I don't have any intervals.
Yeah, I think the formation lap they're not usually there. So yeah, we'll just see.
Yeah,
interesting. So tires are really interesting. So a bunch of people at the front have gone on the hard tires. Everyone, of course, gets free tire choice because it was a wet qualifying. Copy on the softs. Is it? I mean, I don't want to say. I mean, the only way any of this makes any sense, surely the guys at the front should be on mediums. The only way any of this makes any sense is if there is rain forecast, I would think.
Yeah, maybe at the end that the people starting on hards are hoping that they can drive towards the rain without any pit stops. Maybe that might be it, but we don't know if we have any rain incoming, so we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, well, oh, actually, I can find out. There is a way I can find out. Let me find out.
Timo stream?
Yup, that's my plan.
Ah. That might be
nope,
a good option.
it's dry all the way through. It's dry all the way through. All right.
Okay.
So no rain, and we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this start. Do you want me to call the start? It'll
yes.
It's a while since I've done it, so hopefully I stay not laggy for the whole thing. We have 5 lights at least on the broadcast. We're not going quite yet though.
Yeah.
The lights are out. Away we go. A pretty good start by the looks of it from 3rd place.
Oh
Mari, and he's
my
having
God!
a look at a crash immediately as some idiot goes around. And both
Well,
Force Indias, we've got several cars off on the front straight. A huge crash at the beginning of the race. My goodness, Copy's involved, Galileo's involved, Icewind's involved. Triton, we have a VSC. Triton has lost some of his front wing. My goodness, that was an impact. We got lots and lots and lots of cars who are missing front wing pieces, but a gap down the middle was what Marion was shooting for, I believe, and he did not make it. He caused an enormous crash, and well, looks like he doesn't have any damage, but certainly lots of other cars do. And the VSC is very bad news for those at the back because there's not a full safety car for them to recover.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly have a look if anyone has damage. Speedy has considerable damage to his front wing. Triton's front wing is looking decent. His front end wing plate on the right side is gone, so it's not ideal.
Okay, we're racing again. Vance is up to P5, which he certainly wouldn't have been expecting. And yeah, lots of cars with damage, as you mentioned. But Jesse, Timo, Tipsy, Noel, all of them gaining many places at the start.
And somehow, some idiot's front wing is still intact. It looks undamaged.
Yeah, it does. As Jesse and Vance fight down the main straight, we got the 2 Red Bulls, 1 and 2 at the moment. Triton pits, I'm sure he's not going to be the only one. Yeah, Speedy pits, Copy pits, Icewind pits, all of them with major damage to that front wing. So they will all pit, I assume, for probably the hard tyres. And Vance and Jesse stay 5th and 6th. But oh, Danny has passed Jensen at some point. We missed that. There must have been some sort of a mistake from Jensen, because he has dropped to 3rd place. As again, we see all of the drivers go through, and yeah, hard medium or medium hard is the strategy on this track. We've got the medium runners at the moment, though, of Alex and Danny, who lead the way. Alex has almost got a DRS free situation for himself. Danny is 9/10, just over a second now down as they come towards the end of lap 2. DRS, of course, will be enabled at the beginning of lap 3. Jensen also hanging on to the back of Danny at the moment, but not sure for how much longer, because he is on the hards, and looks like the 2 medium runners at the front are going to make a break.
Yeah, well, that was an interesting start, as I should say, I guess. I've not really seen anything like it before.
Yeah, the crash on the front straight. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we have seen it in our leagues before, where somebody's gone for a, to be frank here, a silly move, which I think that was from Marion. That was the gap that was always going to close, and has caused an enormous crash. It certainly has happened before, but yeah, it's rare in Tier 1, certainly. But it has created a situation where we have a race that is quite an interesting one. Some idiot has not pitted, so he's sort of on the back of the main pack. I'm not sure exactly how much damage he has.
To me, it doesn't look like he has any damage. I don't know what's going on with Triton, by the way. He's already going back into the pits. It seemed like he was struggling through Sector 3.
Maybe they didn't change his wing then. I hope they
So
did,
on my screen, he was already going really slow very early, and he got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pitch, which doesn't really make much sense to me.
Okay, it might be a lag situation then.
So
Triton
it probably is.
And Triton has left the session, so it looks like Triton, he didn't retire, so yeah, it looks like it is a lag situation. We got Danny now on the back of Alex, using a little bit of battery to get to the back of him, having a little bit of a look on the inside into turn 1, but nothing doing there. Jesse on Vance, Jesse not quite close enough into turn 1, and Timo and Tipsy as well, following each other very closely. We got a little gaggle behind. We got a Ferrari there of Triton who's ghosted. Who's a lap down, of course, and not in the car.
Yeah, so his car is ghosted and is being driven by an AI, so that's going to be quite annoying for Galileo. That's going to be behind him. And currently have
Speedy is spun,
and he's spun in the final corner.
Looks like he's doing, I was going to say he's doing donuts, but I don't think that was intentional.
No.
I thought, what an, wow,
I don't
my
think
goodness.
It was.
Sorry, there was a big lightning crack which took me by surprise in real life there.
Oh. Wait, there are things
Very
going
close
on in
by.
real life that still exists?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we've had non-stop storms these last 4 or 5 days or so, which isn't necessarily a surprise given that I'm in Florida, but you know, it's the way it is. So we got some little pairs here. People seem to have like paired off at the front of this race. We've got Alex and Danny, who are DRS locked in 1 and 2. We got Jensen and Marion, who are DRS locked 3 and 4. Marion gonna have a look at the inside here, and he's gonna make that move.
And he almost overshoots the corner, but he manages to keep it on track. But he does have the position now. Maybe Jensen is going to be able to fight back into the next corner. No, he's not. He's too far back at this point.
Yeah,
so Marion up into P3.
Yeah, that's that little battle group. They are the lead hard runners, and we got Vance and Jesse 5 and 6. Timo and Tipsy. Hopefully you can't hear that in the background. Noel and then Ocean Chief and Galileo as well. There's a 3-car gaggle there towards the back. Ocean Chief in his customary P10.
Yes.
Somebody, by the way, definitely has damage because he is falling off the back of that group. And with the greatest of respect to Noel, Ocean Chief and Galileo, I would expect Some Idiot to be catching them, even on the hard tyres, and they're on mediums, so Some Idiot with a little bit of damage probably, and he'll be pitting, I would imagine, for medium tyres as soon as he reasonably can.
Yeah, so Danico's now just over 5/10 behind Alex Burbo. So he might be looking for an overtake into turn 1.
Yeah, he thought about it.
He
He was hesitant on the battery there. He used a little bit, but not enough to get himself alongside Bance and Jesse once again. Bance not close enough. Timo and Tipsy once again. Timo defending that one. Tipsy having a look up the inside, but nothing doing. And Noel does get past Ocean Chief. They're still side by side though as they go around turn 3. Ocean didn't get a lot of space on the inside there, but
yeah, maybe Galileo's gonna have a look at the back of them as well, and it some nice side by side action. Almost, it looked like there was gonna be contact there. Ocean Chief is gonna have to go around the outside. Oh, and there's contact there between the two of them, and now Galileo is in there as well.
And Noel just transgressing a couple of times as Jensen gets a penalty. That's a big deal. Galileo also cuts the inside of turn 7 and gets a penalty. Noel and Ocean Chief, though, battling pretty hard for P9 and P10. And Galileo down the inside by the looks of things of Ocean Chief here. As he sends one. Oh, and
Ocean
again,
Chief
just
has to go wide there.
not a lot of
Keeps
room
the
given
position.
there. So Galileo up to... Galileo trying to get up to P10, but doesn't manage to make that move stick. Now they're going to do it all again down the front straight by the looks of it.
Oh, and at the moment Danico has made the overtake on Alex Burbo into turn 1.
Oh, there we go. It's been
He
coming
is
for a couple of
now
laps.
leading the race. And Ocean Chief is losing the position to Galileo.
Yep.
So Ocean Chief down in P11, Galileo up to P10.
So yeah, Alex gonna have to wait behind Danny now. Danny has not quite as much battery as Alex does. Alex is at 50%, Danny's at 35%. And yeah, these little battle groups, they're in 2x2 at the moment, at the front at least. It's 1 and 2, Danny and Alex together. Marion and Jensen 3 and 4, Bance and Jesse 5 and 6, and then Timo and Tipsy 7 and 8. And then we got our first 3-car battle as Tipsy gets himself a penalty as well.
Galileo might be having a look at Noel. He's gonna try to cut back, and it looks like he makes it work. He now has the inside for the chicane, and he gets the move done.
Yep, he
That
does.
was a good overtake from him.
The issue for him is
into
that,
sector 3.
of course, he's not going to have DRS as Danny does the fastest lap of the race, 18.4 on those medium tyres. But it looks like he's got a little bit of a gap here, Galileo, so he's going to have to use that battery to try and stay ahead here of Noel. Noel is draining his battery completely dry, though, to try and get alongside. Here he goes down the inside. They're going to be side by side. There's going to be contact, surely. Oh, wow. And Noel getting away with it. Ocean keeping a watching brief, and Some Idiots join the back of that group now as well. Some Idiot visibly understeering with that from wing damage that he has, but he has managed to catch this group. Oh, and Jesse has got ahead of Bance as well. We missed that. So Jesse up to P5 on the medium tyres. Bance on the hard tyres is P6. Timo and Tipsy still battling 7 and 8.
Yeah, it looks like, even considering the start that we had, it's going to be an exciting race anyway. Now, Some Idiot sending it up the inside of Ocean Chief, and he gets the move done, puts him up in P11. So he's not
Ocean moved aside.
He's now going to have a look forward to Noel right in front of him to get him back into the points after that start.
And the battle for the lead rages on, and Marion and Jensen are not really losing touch with Danny and Alex, despite the tyre disadvantage that they have. Bance and Jesse again swapping places into turn 1. Bance getting the DRS overtake.
Yeah.
And Some Idiot passes Noel as well down the straight. Noel, I think, lost DRS on Galileo, so Some Idiot up to P10 on those hard tyres, and he will be nursing that car for quite a bit longer if he wants to one-stop onto the mediums. So lap 9, we don't have the added complication of the soft runners here because there aren't any soft runners. We had a wet qualifying session, but what we do have is a difference in strategy here between the mediums and the hards. So some people are going to be faster. Sanix, and spinning. Who was that spinning? Alex from the lead. Alex has lost it from either the lead or second place. Don't remember exactly where he was. He was in the front group. He was behind Danny, but he spins on the exit of the long right-hander in Sector 3, and he's lost all sorts of time there. He's down behind Bantz now in P5. So Alex dropping it there, and that will be really, really costly for him. It cost him about 10 seconds in total. And Danny now has a lead of just over 2 seconds.
Yes, at the moment we now have a free car fight for P6, which is Jesse, Timo and Tipsy.
I'm guessing something happened to Jesse at some point. Because he was with Bantz and he's fallen off the back of Bantz, so either he made a mistake or something happened between the two of them, not exactly sure.
Yeah, so either way, it put Timo into his DRS, so now Timo will be able to defend from Tipsy Bob a bit more easily.
Timo and Jesse both getting themselves penalties there in the last couple of corners, so they both now have 3 seconds, I think. I'm not sure if Jesse had one before that, but I'm pretty sure Timo didn't. So Timo with 3 seconds, Tipsy already has 3, and I think Galileo has 3 as well. But yeah, this is a 4-car battle now between these drivers. Galileo on the back of it and some idiot joining the back of it as well. So it's going to be 5 cars before too much longer. Jensen does the fastest lap of the race on the hard tyres. He's catching Marion now for second place. Marion also catching Danny as Bantz loses a place to Alex Burbo.
There is a yellow flag in Sector 3. I think that's Sanix.
Sanix. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that is. So he has spun in the final corner.
Yeah, Sanix having a few struggles in this race so far. We've got Noel and Ocean Chief who are battling for P11 and P12 now. The group ahead of them has gotten away. Some idiot has gotten away as well. Maybe he doesn't have damage. Maybe that's... no, he must have damage. He'd be faster than that, I'm pretty sure. Just going to have a quick look at his lap times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, considering that the top 3 guys, Danny, Marion and Jensen, are just going off into the distance.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd guess that some idiot would be faster than the 6 guys up ahead.
Yeah, he certainly would. So just to keep you up to date on the penalty situation, Danny at the front has no warnings. Marion in second place has 1 warning. Jensen has 4 warnings total, so he's got 3 seconds of penalties. Alex has 2 warnings. Bantz has 2 warnings. And Jesse, in fact, has 2 penalties. So that's his situation. Timo and Tipsy both on 1 penalty. And there's Alex's 3rd warning. So he now has 3 seconds.
Yeah, Tipsy was getting close to Timo on the straight because of that DRS, but he is very low on energy. So he's going to have to conserve quite a lot throughout the lap if he wants to have a look at overtaking Timo for P7.
Yeah, Timo's the only one with any real usable energy of this 5-car group at the moment. He's still chasing Jesse, who's on those medium tyres, and will be, I would suspect, faster than Jesse quite soon. But otherwise, it's a little bit of a train here between these 5. No one really able to make a move. Ocean Chief gets himself 3 seconds. And we're getting towards the sort of point now where the medium runners are going to be thinking about coming into the pits and changing and putting on the hards. And in fact, Galileo does pit this time, so he's the first one to come in at the end of lap 12. And he's going to do, what is that, a 21 lap stint on the hard tyres. Trying to get the undercut on those ahead of him.
So at the same time, Noel might be looking for a move on Ocean Chief, but he is not able to get any closer. He does get closer, but it's not close enough for an overtake, so he's going to stay in P11 so far.
Copy does the fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres that he's had on since lap 2 or thereabouts. Tipsy and Timo very close together on track. If you are a fan of the two of them together, incidentally, be sure to tune in tomorrow because we have the EGL tournament and those two will be in the commentary box. Noel gets himself 3 seconds there on the inside of turn 7. And yeah, Triton, by the way, his game died and his wheel also died, so that's really unfortunate for Triton.
Yeah, he's had that
Because
problem
Alex
before
gets-
with his steering wheel, where his steering wheel would just stop working. So looks like we might be having a double overtake here. Course immediate, if I can get a better camera angle. No. There's not going to be an overtake, so luckily we didn't miss it.
Yeah, some idiot doesn't have much in the way of battery, so it's pretty hard for him to overtake, and I assume he does have some damage because he looks like he is understeering. Certainly, we know some idiot does not generally drive cars that understeer. It's not his style, so I can only assume that he has front end damage. Vance gets himself 3 seconds as well. I think that is his first penalty. Yes, it is. That was his third warning.
Okay. Yeah, so as far as I can see, his front wing is looking fine, but he
Yeah,
must,
I mean,
he must
sometimes-
somehow have some damage,
Yeah, sometimes it's not visible damage.
because it's certainly costing him.
I would be very surprised if he doesn't have damage. Danny pits from 3rd place, and I think he's going to keep an eye on Jesse here as well. Yeah, Jesse does in fact pit, so both of them coming in on the medium tyres. We are now at the lap time where it is the suggested lap time, or sorry, the suggested lap to change those mediums into hard tyres. We got a move from some idiot here.
For P6, P5
Yep.
actually.
And he's determined to drag those hard tyres kicking and screaming to the pit window and put on those mediums. Some idiot having to defend. Oh, and the move to the outside there. I'm not sure about that. The move back towards
but
the
it-
racing line from some idiot.
Yeah, it looked a bit laggy for me, so I'm not quite sure what happened back there.
It's possible. It was certainly a second move though from some idiot. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
sure.
looked like it, but it also
how
felt like
intentional
there
it
was a little
was.
bit of lag involved, so I can't
Yeah,
really
maybe.
judge it from my point of view.
Yeah, he's a long way away. He's even further away than I am. The two Haas's running together now. But yeah, some idiot on the west coast of the US, so a long distance to travel to whoever the host is of this session. I guess it's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so
That's quite a
Netherlands
way to the
to
Netherlands.
Netherlands to Washington State is a long way. About 10,000 kilometers or thereabouts.
Yeah. I would guess so.
End of lap 16. We've got this little group here led by Timo. He's got some idiot behind who's using every bit of battery that he has. Timo not bothering to defend that one. Some idiot goes up to P4 on the road now, having yet to stop. Danny, I mean, Danny's very clearly in the net lead of this race, right? He's on the hards. I guess Marion and Jensen might have something to say about it when they come in and they fit the mediums, but at the moment Danny has a several lap undercut on those drivers.
Yeah, and Danny is looking fast on those hard tires. He has the fastest time in the first sector. I saw he had a purple sector there. So he is definitely looking fast on those tires, but he is encountering traffic right now, so that's maybe gonna cost him.
And it's the worst kind of traffic. Yeah, it's the worst kind of traffic from his perspective as well, which is a group rather than just one by one. Every car ahead of him, or the next two cars ahead of him, both have DRS. So he's going to have to make the move in some other way. He's got a little bit of battery to work with, more than Tipsy, but not more than Timo. So
well,
we'll see.
He has just over 50% of battery. Tipsy is on 10%, so he's running out on the straight. So I'm pretty sure that Danny could get close here. No, actually he's
Oh,
not.
Timo lost DRS, so Timo having to use his battery to defend Tipsy down the inside with the DRS side by side. Through turns 1 and 2, they both leave each other plenty of space there. Good polite racing between the two of them, but this is awful for Danny, because he is being caught up here and he is being held up very badly by these two. Danny going to have a little bit of a look down the inside into turn 4, but nothing doing there. We've lost Sanix by the looks of it again, who spun in the last corner just as he did before. Danny seriously being held up by these two now. This is very, very bad for his race.
Yeah, he's definitely losing a lot of time here.
Yep, absolutely. Speedy pits on the mediums, and he's going to go onto the hard tyres to the end of the race. He gets a 5-second penalty as well, but he's a long way behind, having been involved in the lap 1 shenanigans. So Timo out of some idiot's DRS. A 1.5 seconds is the gap there, so he's going to have to defend from both Tipsy and Danny here.
Ooh.
He's going to have to get himself a good exit. Tipsy, though, not getting a good exit.
Yeah, Danny was looking a lot faster through the final part of the chicane. It looked like he almost hit Tipsy in the back there.
Danny's got this, surely. He's got more battery. Doesn't use the battery, of course. He doesn't know Tipsy's out of battery. He sends one down the inside. That is very, very risky.
He almost hits Tipsy there on the inside. It only
My
just
goodness.
managed to avoid him.
And you can see the frustration in that Alfa Romeo at the moment.
Yeah.
The issue he's got is that the cars in front of him have DRS, so
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. It is when you are encountering Tipsy while you are on fresher tires. Tipsy doesn't simply give away his position. He's going to fight for it in every situation.
He had every right to turn into that corner, and he chose to turn into that corner. Jensen, I think, was that Jensen getting 3 seconds that I saw just now as Sanix unfortunately retires. He's had a bit of a struggle. So yeah, Jensen has 6 seconds of penalties. Marion has a lead of 3.5 seconds up front now, so Marion in a really good position. But
Yeah,
Danny,
that's true. But Danny still has to get through those cars, and Marion and Jensen at the front still have to pit.
All right, here we go again. Tipsy, not enough battery to defend this. Danny decides not to use the battery though, and that's a decision that he will may regret.
Might regret later, yeah.
Because he doesn't know that Tipsy doesn't have any battery, of course. Tipsy staying in front. He got close to Timo there, but not close enough. And once again, Danny has to stay behind for yet another lap, even though he's got the tyre advantage, and he hits the back of Tipsy there under braking into turn 4.
Yeah, now he's using battery to get past
Here he goes,
into the
around the
second
outside.
sector.
Yeah, so he's got him.
And now he does get the move done. That's quite interesting to see that he chooses to go for the overtake here in sector 2 instead of doing it on the straight, where it's much easier with the DRS.
Well, I mean, it's not easier with the DRS though, because Tipsy has DRS as well.
Yeah, of course, but Tipsy is low on energy as well.
Yeah, but Danny doesn't know that. That's the thing. He would have assumed that Tipsy would use all of his battery, or will use his boost all the way down the straight, not knowing that he couldn't.
Yeah, that's right, but Danny probably has seen that he wasn't really losing any time on the straight while he was not using any battery, so...
yeah, maybe Timo and Tipsy both pit at the same time, so they're going to put on the medium tyres. But yeah, I mean you're right in that eventually he will have worked it out, but it's not an easy thing to know in the moment whether somebody else is choosing not to use battery or whether they've actually run out.
Yeah, so Danico is now finally in that free air. He is 3 seconds away from some idiot.
Oh, it's so bad for him though. He's 23 seconds off the lead, which means that Marion, I'm pretty sure, will come out ahead of him. He lost so much time there. Let me just check lap times. I would expect him to be doing what, high 17s on those hard tyres, and instead he was doing 19.8, 19.3, 18.9. So he lost probably 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds even.
Yeah, Marian's
on
still
each of
staying
those
out
laps.
on these hard tires.
Right.
I'm gonna guess that he's gonna come in either this lap or the next one.
Yeah, we got Speedy. I think he's going to try and unlap himself, is he? He's going to stay behind Marion. Speedy on the faster tyres. As Jensen and Bantz both pit. So now we're in the pit window for the hard to medium runners. Some idiot pitting as well behind them.
Yeah, so Danny comes out just in front of Jensen. The gap between those two is about a second, I would say. So
Yep.
my guess is going to be that Danny is going to be about 2 seconds behind Marion.
Yep, I think
If
you're absolutely right.
If Marion gets a good pit stop.
Yeah, Marion, of course, will be slower this lap than Danny, being on the older tyres, but yeah, I don't think the gap is big enough for him to have his position come under threat. And Jensen, of course, will be all over the back of that Alfa Romeo very soon indeed. Jensen, of course, with
looks
penalties.
like there's a move going on. Tipsy Bob going for a move on Jesse. And he has got the move done. So he's up into P8 now. He's on those fresh hard tires. Medium tires. Jesse is on 5-leveled hard tires. So obviously Tipsy is going to be faster.
And some idiot, I didn't see, I should have looked, but some idiot has dropped behind Timo and Tipsy. I can only imagine that's because he changed his front wing.
Yeah.
That must be the case. That's about the amount of time that you lose, so he's going to have to do all of that hard work
Oh yeah,
all
and
over
Marion
again.
has made a pit stop now, and he has come out
Yeah, he's
roughly
ahead by
4.5
a
seconds.
long way. Yeah, a long way ahead. So Marion looks like he might be home free in this race. He only has one warning so far, and his lap times on those hard tyres were extremely consistent. 18.1, 18.0 at the end of that first stint is what he was doing.
Overtake on the straight.
Yeah, very
Going
straightforward.
past
So
Jesse.
Jesse
loses
that position, and he's got Tipsy and Timo to come. Bantz is only a couple of seconds ahead of that little group now, so Timo going to be doing his best to catch the lead McLaren. And Galileo on the hard tyres is also going to come under pressure from Bantz very soon as well, but that's probably the limit of Bantz's ambition, P5, because it's a further 8 seconds to Alex, who's a fast boy in any case. Jensen all over the back of Danny now, though, as they come onto the main straight. I imagine that this will be the time that he makes the move.
Yeah, he's using energy coming up to the straight a little bit. He's not used too much of it.
Ah, yeah, he's deciding not to this time by the looks of it. So
yeah, he knew that he was too far away to make a move. It was going to be quite a stretch. He would have to absolutely send it into the first corner. And if you're going to have to do that, then you're both going to lose time to the guys ahead. So it was a wise choice to stay behind now and maybe hope that he gets a good lap now.
some idiot down the inside of Tipsy Bob, so into turn 1. He's able to make that move. He did the fastest lap of the race as he crossed the line there as well. So he is on a charge. He's going to be looking at the back of Timo very soon. Timo has lost half a second or thereabouts to Bantz as Icewind does the fastest lap of the race. 16.6 on the mediums. That is a fast lap indeed.
Yeah, some idiot now definitely looking a lot faster than the stint before. He has almost got Tipsy outside of his DRS. Well, not really. Tipsy is on 6/10 now.
Yeah, Tipsy hanging on for the time being, but Timo, I'm sure, is going to be easy pickings for Some Idiot. Timo without DRS. Some Idiot has DRS. He's got more battery as well. So that's going to be straightforward.
Oh, there's a move
Danny,
up the front.
yeah,
Jensen
yeah.
making the move on Danny on the straight. It's Jensen now in P2. Danny down
so
to
Jensen,
P3.
Jensen with the penalties, though, is not in a good situation. He's on 7 warnings, so he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Danny still yet to pick up a warning. So Jensen needs to pull out 6 seconds, which isn't beyond the realm of possibility on those medium tyres, but certainly at the moment.
It's going to be quite
He's
a
got-
challenge, though.
Yeah, he's got work to do. Some idiot, by the way, did pass Timo, which I think we missed on the broadcast. I certainly missed it.
Yeah, I missed that.
But yeah, he's up to P7.
Yellow flag in sector 3. I'm going to guess that that's
Speedy.
Speedy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Certainly
back on
is.
the road again.
Speedy having some struggles in that Renault. He is a long way behind the lead group now. So some idiot is going to be pushing for all he's worth to try and get to the battle for 5th here. It'll still be some good points if he can pass Galileo and Vance. And I think both of them have penalties, so I think in actual fact he is in a net P5 in any case. Vance has yeah, a 3-second penalty, and Galileo has 6 seconds worth of penalties, so some idiot looks like he is going to get that P5 tipsy with another penalty, so that's a big deal for him. That puts him well behind Timo now.
Currently, Danny just got past that Ghosted car of Triton. He's already
Yeah,
fallen off the
and-
back of Jensen. The gap is 1.6 seconds, so he's out of DRS.
Yeah, he certainly is, and it's going to be difficult for him, I think, to stay within 6 seconds of Jensen.
Yeah, Jensen is on those fresh medium tires. So Jensen is obviously going to be faster. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2, and that is Tipsy Bob.
Tipsy, no, Tipsy, what happened? Oh, Tipsy's missing a bunch of his front wing.
Oh
He
yeah,
has
that's a
looped
lot
it.
of damage.
Yeah, he's looped it on the exit of turn 7, so that's Tipsy's excellent race has come to an end. He was hanging with Timo there for
Yeah, he's-
most of that race.
He's definitely going to have to pit now.
Yeah,
He's letting
certainly is.
multiple cars past. Yeah, that's
So
very unfortunate. He was in good position to gain some good points.
Yep, gonna put the soft tyres on. Vance all over the back of Galileo. He's gonna make this move down the front straight. Oh, Galileo just moving slightly to the inside. Don't know about that. That was a very late move from the Haas, but he does make the move stick, and Vance is up to P5 on track. Some idiot also now on the back of Galileo.
Yeah, further at the back, Copy is making the move on Ocean Chief for P10.
So Copy recovering from that incident early on. Icewind also passing Knoll. Icewind recovering too. So yeah, that's where we are. We got 8 laps to go, including this one. Galileo and Some Idiot is the closest battle on track, and I think we're going to probably see an overtake. If not this lap, then very soon indeed. The gap between Jensen and Danny now is 2.4 seconds. Marion leads this race and is going to win it, of course pending the steward's inquiry, because he was the one who caused that first lap carnage. Certainly at the moment he's going to win this race on track unless something pretty incredible happens. Now Some Idiot now right on the back of Galileo. Galileo again moving to the inside for no real reason. Some Idiot is run out of road there, and Galileo was back to the outside to take the corner. I guess he was clear at that point. Certainly Galileo defending this very hard indeed.
Yeah, it looked like Some Idiot was thinking about a move there, but he was just showing himself in his mirrors.
Yep, certainly.
Quite aggressively, it looks to me.
Yep, I imagine he's not best pleased with that that little squeeze that he got there from the Haas.
So let's see if Some Idiot can do something on this straight. I think he's too far away. Yes, he is.
Can have a look to the inside, but yeah, nothing doing there. Galileo locks up, but is able to make the corner no problem. Going to be right on the back here. Galileo is going to have to stay in DRS. The detection point is after the chicane, and yeah, he does have DRS by the looks of it on Vance, so somebody going to have to wait yet another lap.
Yeah, he's gonna stay behind here. He's not really using his energy.
Challenge for Galileo will be to make sure that he's remains in Vance's DRS. He cut the inside of turn 2 there and got himself a penalty for it. So let me just double check what that is for him. That was penalty number 3 for Galileo. So he's going to be well behind
Yellow
these
flag in
guys.
sector 2. I think that's no, that's Speedy.
It's Speedy who's a lap down, yeah, on the soft tires.
For a moment
So
I
he's
thought
had,
it might have been Timo, but no, Timo is a bit further down on the lap.
Timo driving a solid race in P8 at the moment, and I think he is going to get P7 actually, because Galileo with those penalties. Some idiot though bottled up behind Galileo, although it won't actually make a huge amount of difference to him, because he definitely has the better of the penalty situation between these 3 cars. Some idiot yet to pick up a penalty.
So might he be looking for a move now? No, he still isn't. He's still not using any energy on the straight.
Nope, he's not. I wonder if he's hoping Galileo falls out of Vance's DRS.
Yeah, that's probably what he's waiting for, because that gap is very slowly but steadily increasing. It looks like it to me anyway.
Yep, I tend to agree, so he's going to be hoping that that happens within the next couple of laps. We've got 5 laps to go, including this one. It's not close at the front between Marion and anyone else, but Jensen and Danny, the gap between them 3.5 seconds. The delta in terms of penalties is 6 seconds between those two, so Jensen needs to pull out another 2.5. No sign though of Galileo falling out of Vance's DRS.
Yeah, not at the moment. He will have to make a mistake somewhere if he was to fall out of Vance's DRS, because his pace is looking good enough.
See this out of the last corner. We got a good run that time, did some idiot. I just wonder if he's going to go for it this time. He's using
Yeah, he's
that
using
battery.
energy now. Not anymore.
Galileo draining his battery dry though, so some idiot does now have the slight advantage in terms of energy. Again, showing himself on the inside of turn 4, but he's not ever going to have a lunge into there from that far back. Galileo knows it. Three laps to go after this one. This doesn't really matter as far as some idiot's race is concerned. He will get these 2 positions on penalties if nothing else. But he'd like to pass on track. Galileo now all over the back of Vance, and oh, he had a look up the inside there to some idiot. Slightly more earnest look at the back of that Haas. He's gonna, yeah, he
look
can't
around
go
the
around the outside.
but it's not really working out. He is closer than the last lap though.
Yeah, he certainly is.
So if he can just get a good exit out of this corner.
Vance, by the way, I think has been saved by the Ghost of Triton.
Yeah, he gets DRS.
And has DRS, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
so
now
idiot is gonna go for it this time.
Move to the inside again. Some idiot trying to go around the outside of turn 1. Nothing doing though. Well defended.
So now all 3 of them are at least past the Ghost of Triton. So it's not going to be any trouble for them. Speedy picks up the fastest lap of the race on the soft tires. So as long as it stays that way, there's not going to be any 1 point for the fastest lap in this race.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's going to have a go at it later on.
I don't think so, because there's not
What
really...
was it? Oh, it's 16.3. Yeah, 16.3 is not particularly achievable, I don't think. Maybe the medium runners will think about it, but that would be a really fast lap, even with full battery and full everything else.
Yeah,
Jensen, by the way, is going to fall behind Danny for second place. So Danny's going to finish second, Jensen's going to finish third. He's not going to pull out a second and a half on the last lap.
Yeah, Samidi is a bit farther down,
Yeah,
farther behind
made a mistake
Galileo
there.
this lap. Because he made a mistake going into the chicane.
Yeah, and there are 2 laps to go, so he's got one more chance down the front straight. As they start the last lap, they will one more time have the full DRS benefit. Some idiot.
Looks like
maybe
Copy is going to
content
make
stay
a
behind.
move for P9. He's overtaking Jesse.
Jesse, by the way,
Gets
having
done.
an excellent race. We haven't really talked about Jesse, but well, he has. Oh my goodness, he has 18 seconds worth of penalties. So.
Oh my.
He is going to be falling a long way behind, so maybe he's not going to get any points after all. But
yeah, no, he's in P10 at the moment.
yeah, so certainly in terms of pace, he's shown very good pace. As Vance, Galileo, and Some Idiot is the group that we're watching at the moment. Some Idiot still sniffing around all over the back of Galileo. Jesse gets himself his 7th penalty, so it's 21 seconds for Jesse now. Leaders start the last lap, and that is another mistake
And
from
another
Some Idiot.
mistake, a little bit of oversteer coming out of the corner, so that's going to be it for Some Idiots.
And Icewind, I think, is going to have a go at Jesse here as well down this main straight. Although Speedy, who's a lap down, is going to give Jesse DRS, so maybe it's not going to be quite as easy as Icewind would want.
No, Jesse gets the DRS indeed. Icewind not using any energy here. Because he knows it's going to be quite difficult.
Jensen gets himself 3 more seconds. I guess he's just pushing to try and go as fast as he can, but crossing the line to win the race is Marion. It's a race marred by a first lap crash that took out several main contenders, but Marion in any case crosses the line first and wins the race. Jensen comes across, is overtaken. Is he by... what's he doing there? He's slowed right down and was close to being overtaken on the line by Danny. Alex crosses the line 4th, and Vance as well will come across the line at least 5th on track. Some idiot will get it, I think, though, on penalties. Galileo falls a bit further down.
P5 for Some Idiot there.
And Timo gets Galileo, so Timo P7. Good drive from him. And that's your Spanish Grand Prix. It's like I said, a race that we were robbed of, I think, on lap 1 in terms of the front runners, but Marion taking the win regardless, and Some Idiot recovering to P5, a really good recovery drive given the damage he had, given the situation he was in after that lap 1 crash.
Yeah, well, I gotta say that was an interesting race. It could have been like it was completely different to the races we've seen before. Mainly, well, of course, obviously because of that crash at the start. It put quite a few people that were contending for the possible race win out of position.
Yeah, just having a look at it. Yeah, I mean it's very clearly his fault. But in any case, he managed to win the race, and he will at least provisionally take the 25 points for winning. Fastest lap went to Speedy, who was, I think, going on soft tyres a couple of times at the end. He did 4 pit stops, so Speedy finishing P15. So no fastest lap point at all, but we've got to give driver of the day to somebody, and what do you reckon? Let's. I haven't really thought about this at all. Who are we going to give driver of the day to? Oh, it's so hard to talk. My goodness.
Yeah, it's quite tough. I reckon we could give it to Some Idiot, because he had a very good recovery drive from that crash that he had. He was way down at the start.
Yeah.
And of course, on that first stint, managing his front wing damage. which put him a bit down on pace. You could definitely see that he was faster on the second stint, and he made up a few positions there. So
Yeah,
I reckon we give it to him.
I completely agree. He made the best of what was a really tough situation for him there. After that lap 1 crash, he finished only 34 seconds off the lead, which is, I think, closer than he would have been had he pitted immediately, as several other cars did. So he was able to hang on with the damage that he had, change to the medium tires as soon as he could, and then blitz it from there, and he got P5, which is a pretty good result. So yeah, some idiot driver of the day. I agree.
Alright then, so that settles that. So now that the session ends, we're gonna have a look if anyone would be interested in doing some interviews. I'm going to quit the game and then we're gonna see if everyone would be up for an interview. Because I think there's gonna be quite some stuff to talk about there.
Yeah, so we some idiot's gone into general chat 4. I assume that's the interview channel. So shall I drag him in? That seems like a thing to do, doesn't it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, let's speak to our driver of the day, and it'll be, I'm sure, almost no consolation that you did get our driver of the day after that, some idiot, because your race was pretty heavily. Well, I mean, it was ruined, wasn't it, by that lap 1 incident? Just how are you feeling after that?
Oh, I don't know who the hell drank their stupid juice today, but somebody took a big swig of it and wiped out half the field. So that's my view on it. Like,
yeah, I mean, from our point of view, what happened was that Marion went for the gap between you and I think it was Jensen who was alongside you.
Yeah, I knew someone was alongside. I saw Marion fly up in the virtual mirror, so I just tried to stay. I just held my line because I knew somebody was going to try to get a run between the middle. And then apparently what Jensen told me is he got hit in the left rear, and that just hooked me. He got hooked into me.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Looking at the stream. So yeah, I mean,
just
from there. No, I mean, I was just going to ask from there. You, I mean, I assume I don't know, but I assume there wasn't visible damage, but it looked
wing
like you had damage. Yeah,
wing damage.
It looked like you had damage. You were understeering a lot, and I know you don't generally drive understeering cars.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I don't think it's egotistical of me to say that I did nothing wrong there, and I just got turned. No. That's just stupid. It's genuinely stupid. But I digress. I mean, that was just recovery from there. Kind of got stuck with Galileo and Vance. The DRS trains, they suck. I think the mediums kind of equalized with the hards, and I just couldn't get by Galileo. He did a good defense, even though he was kind of extending to stay ahead, I would admit. But he did a good job keeping me behind there. That was credit to him, but just frustrating. Frustrating race.
And I mean, no penalties for you after that, despite the whole of the first stint on hards, and you overtook several cars as well, and then you went on the mediums. I mean, you know, it's probably not consolation, but you got really, really good points.
Yeah, I mean, that was the points. This was, I knew since Hugo wasn't racing, I needed to get every point I could. I just, I don't know. That's my fault for not getting a good start, but I just literally didn't have. I don't know. I knew they both got good starts behind me, and I was like, okay, well, if they pass me, they pass me. Let me just hold my line and see how we go into turn 1. But I think there's enough of that. But like I said, just need to get every point I could today with Hugo not racing, and fortunately that did not happen. But got 10 of them, so something, I guess.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. And you worked very hard for them. So yeah, I mean, we got. Monaco next. I imagine. I was going to say, I imagine Monaco suits you pretty well.
I'm looking forward to it. I always enjoy Monaco. I'm someone who tries to roll the dice. Like today, I was doing the hard medium, trying to roll the dice, and well, it just Monaco. Got to roll the dice. I've had luck come good for me. When I roll the dice in Monaco, I remember a race in R&L I started midfield and managed to, on track, I still believe, like in spirit, I got P3, but P4 on the timing sheet, but it's like, I enjoy Monaco, I really do.
Yeah,
I'm looking
cool.
forward to it, and I enjoy driving around there. Just gotta find a good setup for it because I've only done a little bit of time trial, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be good to watch. We're looking forward to it as well. But well done today on the drive, and commiserations about the lap 1 incident. But yeah, really good recovery drive, and like I say, you got our driver of the day.
I appreciate it. I do. I'm just
Okay,
it sucks because it's just
yeah, it's really disappointing.
anything else I can answer?
I don't think so from my side. What about you, Nico?
Yeah, well, it was indeed quite an interesting race. Of course, having that incident on the start. You were having some. I'm gonna guess that you had some wing damage from that incident there. We didn't see anything on the stream.
Yeah, it was like a lime. It was like a lime green. It doesn't show up because I don't think I lost the M plate. I don't even know what gave me the damage. I thought like I go through everyone and I thought, okay, once I get the car straight again. Oh wait, I have damage. I don't know how, but I have damage. But
did you not hit any wall then or anything?
No. I think someone just tapped me, or I tapped someone. I don't know. I thought maybe I somehow hooked someone because of the angle I was at. But
yeah, that might have been it.
I mean, yeah, I'll take a look through it. I didn't look through my replay yet, or my recording yet. But I digress. Car was pretty good. Just didn't have a chance to show it. It felt really solid. But yeah, what can I say?
Fair enough. Well, like I said, well done, and yeah, we'll hope for better luck for you next week.
Yeah,
I'll drag you back
we're gonna try. We'll try.
Cool. All right, I'll drag you back into the channel.
Okay, I'll jump over. It's okay.
All right,
I got it. All right, you have a good one. Bye bye.
Okay, you too. Bye bye. Nico, with sincere apologies, I'm going to ask you to do the rest of the interviews because my voice is absolutely dead.
Oh, come on, man.
I can't talk very much anymore, so I'm gonna hand the reins over to you.
Oh, okay. Well, as I can see, we have quite a few people waiting, so I am gonna drag in Jensen first because I think he was the first one next to Simidiot. Hello, Jensen.
Hello.
So, how do you feel about that race? You ended up finishing P3 after penalties.
True. Yeah, it's. I mean, first you have the first half of the race feeling bad about Cody, even though it wasn't my fault. But
yeah, but still, still, I understand that you get that feeling.
Yeah, I just shared the streamable link of the start crash, but yeah, it was a little bit of a messy one. I think yeah, the medium runners got us immediately because of that, which didn't help either. Although after the pit stop I came right behind Danny, but at some point Marine overtook me, and yeah, I got in his dirty air, so I immediately got a penalty. Didn't help, but yeah, then I got a second, and then I knew I had to drive 6 seconds away from Danny. Was
yeah,
giving it all I got.
Yeah, we noticed that at the final lap that you picked up another penalty, and we already guessed that it was because you were pushing to get those 6 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
true.
also you, I think you slowed down coming to the line.
I mean, first I wanted to let Danny by on track because I knew he got me anyway.
Yeah.
And the gap to Alex wasn't that massive that I knew it was a P3 anyway. So I wasn't out of fuel. It was just
oh, you were just
bit of messing around. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. For the rest, pretty lonely race. At times I was happy with the pace. Could have been a little bit faster on average, I think, but at least I enjoyed it, especially after yesterday where I only drove 4 corners. But this time it wasn't even almost. It wasn't even 1 corner. But yeah, I was happy to survive. But
yeah, I can imagine. But of course, the race being completely different than we would expect with that incident at the start.
I mean, the medium runners would have been blocked, and then he would have been in more problems. I think if Cody, Marine, and I were the first 3 cars with DRS, they shouldn't be able to drive in clean air. Then it would have been completely different. But yeah, in the end, I'm lucky to have survived it and to I have to say easily drive to a podium at least. So yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, still a good race from you.
Yeah,
and a good result.
Yeah, only working now. I have to work on the small details, the penalties and stuff. But
Yeah, obviously.
I'm
Well,
saving
also
that for Monday in the EGL tournament.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I've got 3 other people waiting for an interview.
Yeah, go ahead, kick me out.
Alright, I'm gonna put you back in. I'm gonna get Bans first.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
See ya. Good evening, Bans.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Well, I saw you were in the chat. So.
Yes. What's up?
So, how are you feeling about that race? I think you finished P6 in the end, after penalties?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, you had good pace. Well, at
Yeah,
least,
but I got a 5-second stop go somewhere, apparently. I don't know. I was surprised when it turned out to have to wait 5 seconds extra, but it is what it is.
Oh, I didn't notice that, actually.
No, it's fine. But, I mean, I'm not going to complain. There's been a lot more unlucky people than me in the race today, so I'm not really going to say anything.
Yeah, absolutely. There's already a lot of discussing in the chat.
Yeah.
Usually there's not really a lot going on in the Tier 1 discussions chat, but now there is. And we can all imagine why that is. But,
maybe.
Yeah. Maybe, perhaps. Not sure if anything happened, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a smooth race overall. I mean, I luckily didn't touch with anyone at the start. I got I assume a bugged penalty, but as it served, obviously I can't get it revoked.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, I mean, keeping up with the guys I wanted to keep up with. So, you know, with the amount of practice and all that, which was a decent amount, I think that was better than expected. Anyway,
yeah, I can imagine that you're happy with that.
Yeah, it's good to finish races at least.
Yeah, that's important as well, of course.
Yeah, how was it to watch though? If I can ask you something.
Yeah, well, it was exciting at some points. There were quite some overtakes going on. Obviously, not between the people that you'd expect it to be for the positions that you'd expect it to be, but still. Mainly some idiot fighting his way through the grid again after that incident at the start and having to fight wing damage at the first stint that he had. Because he was not really onto the pace on the first stint, so we already thought that he had wing damage, although it wasn't visible in the game. So yeah, it still made for an interesting race, although the gaps between the groups were quite big. The groups itself, or like the pairs.
Yeah, that was very surprising.
Itself. Yeah, the pairs itself were had quite some action going on there.
Yeah, a bunch of little. See, we're just doing a social bubbles. We're respecting, you know, the guidelines regarding the pandemic. What can you add?
Exactly. Not too many people close to each other. That's exactly why the thing at the start happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just to enforce that.
Yes, exactly. So thanks to Marion for helping us all stay safe on track. I think it was Marion, I don't know.
Well, it looks like it, but of course the FIA is going to have a look at that.
Yeah, of course. I still don't know why that happened. I just saw Marion being one of the first to start tipping over, so I assume he was involved.
Yeah, it looked like he was going for a gap between some idiot and I think Jensen it was. At the front, or was it Alex?
And it closed as he was going for it, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But, well, we'll have a look at that later. No worries.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Alright, so I still have 2 other people waiting for an interview. It's quite a lot today.
Ooh. Alright, well, I won't stop you. Have fun.
Alright, thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night, yeah, thank you too.
Oh, well, not good night, just like have a good evening.
Good night, Nico. Good night.
Alright, I'm gonna drag Icewind in now. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, so let me think. You finished in P10, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guessed that alright. My memory's still working. So, yeah, how do you feel about that race? I think you were caught up in the incident at the start as well.
I was completely wiped out at the start, and my entire front wing was gone. I I got a penalty as well for hitting somebody, which I think wasn't really my fault, but it is what it is. And then I had to pit on lap 1.
Yeah.
And then I was like 40 or 35 seconds or something from the next car, and I was like, oh my god, I'm just gonna retire. But then Ocean Chief like persuaded me to continue, and I just started driving along on those hards from alone in in the entire race. And then I thought I had a pretty good pace today, but of course if you're like over a minute down after lap 1, that's not gonna, you're not ever gonna drive that back in this league. So
yeah, obviously
I tried. Toward the end, maybe on lap 25 or something, I think I caught up a car.
Yeah, you still made up a few positions in the end.
I was actually closer to the. I made up a position on Noel and Jesse, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Jesse. Yeah, he was around there as well.
Yeah, so I think I had the pace to. I took some race director screenshots there, and I had the pace to be at the top there today, but yeah, it was not to be with that start crash. So unfortunately, I didn't get to show that pace today.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate because you weren't really involved in the incident. I think you just got collected in there.
Yeah, there was just I was going full throttle at 280 kph, and then there I see like suddenly a massive pile up ahead of me. I tried to swerve left. It wasn't enough. I hit this racing point, which was like sideways across the track. I'm surprised I didn't actually lose a wheel there. That was maybe the biggest surprise for me.
It must have been a big hit there.
Yeah, and then I bounced from there to the pit wall, and then I was kind of thinking that has to be a safety car, but I was like, oh really? It's a fucking virtual safety car. Sorry for the bad word there, but yeah. It's frustrating race.
Yeah.
But, I thanks to Ocean Chief for wishing me along, and I think in this game I need to take those laps as practice anyway, because I've been struggling a bit in this game, but maybe it's slowly getting better.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement, of course.
Yeah,
improvement is always welcome.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, 33 laps of practice anyway, even though I didn't really get to race anybody except for maybe 2 laps at the end. But yeah. Oh well. It is what it is sometimes.
Yeah, still in the points anyway. Picked up 1 point.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. So at least it wasn't all for nothing.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah, it's was fun driving, but would have been much more fun to actually drive against somebody.
Yeah, to have like a normal race, as we should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week, Monaco. How are you feeling about that?
I think I will not be able to race next week because of real life commitment. But if I am home in time, I might hop in without practice. But I'm if I do get the race, I don't really have any expectations for that. Monaco is always nice to drive at, but yeah, we'll see, I guess.
All right. So yeah, have a good evening.
Yep, likewise, and thanks guys for streaming today. So yep.
No problem.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Yeah, well, I see there's still quite a few people in, so I'm just gonna drag Tipsy in. Good evening, Tipsy.
Hello.
I see everyone is in general chat 4.
Yes. I would
is everyone okay? Quick question: is everyone in there for like an interview or something? Because I don't really know what's going on.
I don't know. I jumped into channel 4 because I thought this is where you had to go for the interviews.
Yeah, well, usually we do that, but at first there were like 4 people in, and at the moment there is 6 people.
Yep. You see, I was vibing in there on my own, and then just everyone joined.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because I was there. I'm not that arrogant, so it's probably interview time.
Yeah, well, I don't really know why everyone's in there now, but
am I live on stream?
Yes, you are.
Ooh. Have you a question for me?
No, well, actually, I just saw that you were in this general chat, so I imagined you would be interested in an interview.
Well, yes.
I have returned, by the way, Nico. Thank you for doing that.
Hello.
For those last few minutes. Yeah, we saw Tipsy. I mean, that was really sad. You were having such a good race, hanging with Timo there. What happened?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I've been kind of grinding Spain at the weekend, trying to get. No, I'm kind of sounding a bit depressing over recent interviews about not being up to standard and all that stuff. And I was just thinking what you were saying to me yesterday, Tara, whenever you were saying that it's not necessarily that I'm not fast enough, it's just the guys are such a high level. And I thought I'm going to get into a bit more practice and today to try and work on that. Not really try and beat those guys, but just to try and improve myself. And so anyone who's familiar with Trieste knows that me and Timo have always had this rivalry. I think there's only been one season, I think, or this might be the first season where I'm possibly going to finish behind Timo. I was always in that wee battle. So I just decided to start practicing again and trying to take the fight to Timo. And actually, while he was streaming or with you when you're today in Tier 2, I was actually messaging him telling him that, I'm working on beating him today. So whenever we got into the qualifying and it was intermediate side, I mean, anybody knows me knows I absolutely detest wet races, even if it's just madly damp. I detest them. But then I seen it was a dry race, so I was just putting my best quality I could in the quality in the intermediates, hoping that I could get up pretty high. And then I noticed that I was just behind Timo and even Chief. So I thought this isn't so bad. I've been working on my race starts as well, and I know I've got a good launch off the line. So I went into the start of the race confident that I could maybe get a jump on someone, maybe even Beamer. The race started, I got the jump on Chief. I think he was maybe a bit late, and I had almost got Beamer, but then of course I'm sure you've seen the carnage that unfold. My goodness, I was like P14, and then before turn 1 I was P8. And then it was just settling down, just focused on my own pace. I knew I had a pace to keep up with him, and yeah, man, I don't know how much of you caught it, but that was probably the best race I've had in this season so far, and even last season it's combined. I don't think I've ever driven that fast before. I suppose it's not as fast as the other guys, but
because I mean Timo's not a slow boy these days. Not that he ever was especially slow, but certainly he's not now. And yeah, you were absolutely hanging with him. It was a really good battle between you guys.
Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. I mean, Timo's always been really quick, and me and him have kind of been really evenly matched. But then he's just took another step forward, and I took a step back, and it kind of just demotivated me. I mean, I'm going backwards. I'm basically the Ferrari of 2S at the moment. I'm going backwards. But yeah, I stepped it up to this weekend, guys, not to waffle on, and I was taking the fight to Beamer, and I knew that if I could get even side by side with him, then most of the time, and in the past, if I fought him side by side, I usually beat him on that front. But I have to give him credit; he was really, really good today, trying to hold me off. And again, I don't know how much of it you caught, but I was kind of setting him up in turn 1 to force him to go out wide, and then I was trying to do the cutbacks a couple of times on him, and he didn't break, he didn't crack his nerve. I was really trying to break his nerve. And you know what? I said it in general as well. Full respect to Beamer. He did a great job holding me off. And then, just to finish, I dropped back a little bit to try and save my battery. But then I had some idiot up behind me, and I was like, damn it, because some idiot is mega. I wasn't going to keep him behind me, but I didn't want him to drop away from Beamer either. And then I was considering maybe letting him pass and then using that advantage to catch up again. And then it was just this whole smorgasbord, as they would say, of just indecisions, really. And the end result was I just dropped concentration for a split second on that chicane left, right, and then it's just game over, guys. Front wing destroyed and went from P8 to P14, and that's it. That's my race, guys.
Yeah, it's so easy to do. Just because like that corner is just it always has been. And I don't know if it's like a quirk of the physics of the game or whatever, but the way the compression works there, it doesn't seem like you have any traction at all on exit, and you just got to be so careful. So yeah, it's very easy to do.
Yeah, I was working on a few things. I'm working on setup. The thing is, I know. Okay, I don't mind saying that, not like it's a big secret, but most people were probably running what 4.9. I would imagine 4.9. I actually ran 4.7. I noticed that I could manage 4.7 really well. I don't like a car that's too oversteery. That's kind of like a weakness to me, because Spain, you need lots of rotation. I think generally in this game you need lots of rotation. That doesn't suit my driving style, so I've been trying to find a compromise, and I was working with Hugo today as well. He was giving me a few tips, and so I was able to close up on them. But yeah, like ultimately, not to waffle on. It just gives so much promise. I come out of that really angry with myself, but also really positive as well, because I was able to take it, a reasonably good race. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge positive, because you were concerned about the pace, and you were absolutely hanging with not obviously not the very top, but like certainly, that's a very respectable pace. It's like a second a lap or so off the aliens, which is absolutely nothing to sneeze at these days into SRL. It's really good.
Exactly, man. But like, I think there's other guys wanting to jump on, so I shall leave you to it, man.
No worries, man. Commiserations,
No
and
problem.
but well done in any case.
Thank you very much.
Really good.
Yeah, well, I think that's it for the interviews today. Looks like we've had everyone. So,
okay, well that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I had to leave for 10 minutes or so. I don't know who we've spoken to. But yeah,
anyway,
I think it's probably time to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up then. On the EGL channel, we will be back in around 18 minutes again for a video concerning the EGL tournament that is tomorrow. So, ooh, interesting stuff.
Spicy.
Spicy, indeed. So, from us, it is goodbye, and we will see you next week again for Tier 1. Obviously, Tuesday as well for Tier 3. And throughout the week for the SLR tiers as well in F1.
And join us tomorrow for EGL.
Yes, obviously.